Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just thought I'd do a little updates video, just kind of sharing what's new with my collection in February 2024 and what started growing, what jobs I've ticked off the list, because I have actually ticked a few jobs off my list of things to do. I will update you on how my newest plants are doing, and yeah, so let's just get stuck in. The first thing I want to share with you is I finally got around to putting my Monera on a pole, and I've been meaning to do this for so long, so I'm really happy that it's done. And you'll notice that I've put it on a cocoa coir support pole rather than a moss pole, and the reason I've done that is that I just don't want to commit the time to taking care of moss poles. So I do understand that moss poles will make a plant grow bigger because the aerial roots will get the extra nutrients, but for me, I'm just being realistic about what I'm going to be able to commit my time to, and I don't want to commit to maintaining moss poles, so that's why I've gone for this option. And I think it is important to just be honest with yourself and realistic about how much time you can commit so that you don't get overwhelmed. And yeah, so that's why I don't use moss poles at the moment. I've also done some repotting, so I've repotted this little Ficus elastica ruby just into a slightly bigger pot, but not too big because it's still a really small plant anyway. And then I also repotted both of my alocasias, and these weren't particularly root bound. In fact, this one I had to downsize because the roots were nowhere near as big as the pot that it was in, but I really just repotted these just to replace the substrate, because the substrate that both of these were in was really dense and horrible. So I put them into some nice new chunky soil mix that will drain much better. Same with my Alocasia sabrina as well. So I was really pleased to get that job ticked off the list, because I was worrying about these plants with the awful dense soil that they were in, and I did make a whole video about that, so I won't go into that too much, but yeah, they've been repotted. Also, my Monera adansonii, the new leaf that it was putting out is about to unfurl. So it is about to come out there, and so that's the first new leaf for spring, so I'm quite excited about that. And I haven't got this one on a pole yet because I only have one pole left, and I'm not sure if it might be a little too big for this one. I'm thinking about possibly making a smaller support pole for this one myself. We'll see, but I'm really glad that this one has started growing, and yeah, that new little leaf is coming out, so that should unfurl over the next week or so. I also repotted my Philodendron Prince of Orange. So this one has a nice new pot, just a little bit bigger than the other one, but not too much bigger, and also some lovely new substrate as well, nice and fresh. So I haven't started fertilising this one yet, because even though it does have a new leaf on the way, it hasn't actually done much since I've repotted it. I expect you've also noticed this, but when you repot a plant, it often takes a little while to start back up again. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of time to recover from the repot stress. So yeah, we're just letting this one recover from being repotted, and hopefully it will start growing new leaves for me very soon. But it's nice to have this one in a new pot, and to know that it's got some nice new healthy substrate, and yeah, I'm just a lot happier about that. And I'm looking forward to seeing this plant grow throughout spring and summer, so I'll keep you updated on how this one grows. Another job ticked off the list, I gave this Syngonian white butterfly a nice new support pole, and it's really started adjusting to being a climber instead of a sprawler. And yeah, it was quite a job wrestling this one onto the pole after it had been trailing for so long, but I'm really glad I did it, and I really like how it came out. And I also took some cuttings from this one too, because I wanted to propagate this plant, so I'll show you those now as well. These are some of the cuttings that I took from the Syngonium, and I decided to put them in water this year so I could watch them grow. There's not really a huge amount to see yet. There aren't any roots yet because these cuttings have only been in there for, I'm not sure how long, probably less than a week. But yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to watch them grow this time. And the cuttings are looking nice and perky. They haven't drooped and they're not showing any signs of distress, so that's all good so far. We'll see what happens with those. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully they'll be growing some roots in the weeks and months to come. It's never clear how long propagations will take to grow roots. You just have to kind of go with it and see. I've had propagations before that have been the exact same plant. Some of them have taken weeks, some of them have taken months. And this ZZ plant, this Raven ZZ, is one of the recent plants. I think I've had this one since December now. And really, I don't have much to say apart from it's just doing really well. It doesn't really require much watering, and it's a really nice striking plant. I really love the structure of the foliage. Another of my recent purchases was this Dieffenbachia, and again this one's doing really well. I haven't noticed any problems with it. It's got lots of new leaves growing and I'm really pleased with how it's doing, so yeah. I think this is definitely one of my favourite plants, and so far so good. It seems really happy, and the substrate it's in doesn't actually look too bad, because I wondered should I repot this and check if it's got terrible substrate, but I can see drainage materials in there, I can see perlite, so I'm not sure yet. I probably will have a little look in there at some point, because you never know, do you? So I do want to see what's going on in there. And another of my newest plants that's doing really well, this variegated peace lily. This one's also doing really well. And yeah, I've been keeping this one in my bedroom next to my bed because it's just a really lovely peaceful plant. Maybe that's why they call them peace lilies, I don't know. But yeah, this one's doing really well. I'm seeing new leaves coming up. So it's growing and it's happy. And yeah, it's just looking really nice, and I'm really glad I got this one. It's even more beautiful in real life. So yeah, that one's doing really well. Next, just a quick update on my philodendron silver sword. How long have I had this one? I can't remember, it might be December or it might be just after that actually, but it is putting out new leaves. Yeah, it's got one here that is actually stuck at the moment, and so even though it's stuck, I've decided to just let it do its thing. I don't want to mess with it really too much, so I've just left it, and it does appear to be slowly coming out, and all of the vines have actually got new leaves bulging out, as you can see. They're all at different stages, but it's a shame that this one has got stuck. However, I did look up several different sources online as to what to do about stuck leaf, and most of them were saying just leave it be and let it fix itself, because if you try and mess with it, that will probably cause more harm than good. So that's what I've done so far. I've just left it, and yeah, other than that, this plant seems fine. I believe that stuck leaves are a pretty common thing with philodendrons, and so yeah, we'll just see what happens. As I say, it does seem to be making progress each day, but I really don't want to mess with it and damage it, so we'll just see how that goes. I'll let you know how it goes. Another exciting thing I've noticed is that my bird of paradise has started putting out new leaves. It's got its first new leaf there for spring. That's just been coming out gradually over the last week, so that's exciting. Really happy to see that growing again. I also started a prop box, and so far I have in here a couple of Tradescantia cuttings. Oh, there's a bunch of them in each one, and then over here I have some corms. Those are Alocasia polycorms. I got quite a few of them. That's all I have in there so far, but I will be adding more to it. Thanks so much for joining me in today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and please do let me know in the comments what's going on with your collection at the moment. What's new, what's growing, what jobs have you ticked off, or what jobs do you need to tick off? I'd love to hear what's going on with you, so do let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.